Hi. Ugh. Ugh. It's summertime in Canada. It's friggin' moist around here. So I'm gonna do my go-to sweaty but glowy, really, makeup for you. This is really just my everyday, don't want to think about it too much. Want to stay protected in the sun. Look! Ha! Okay. So speaking of, I'm going to start with some sunscreen. Sunscreen. This one is called Kiss Me, Mommy. It's from Japan. It's a waterproof SPF 50. So I actually started wearing this makeup quite often in the fall when I was in the Czech Republic because of a few products that I picked up there. And because I came up with this look when I was traveling, it features a lot of, let me grab them, these Milk Makeup cream sticks, which I really love. So this was just like fast in my hotel room, putting on with my fingers face. So the first Milk Makeup stick I'm going to use is this mini blur stick. And it's just going to mattify my T-zone a little bit. Looks like this. And you just put it where you need to prime a little bit. So for me, that's just right through here. Under the eyes. The eye. When I first did this, I was using this Dream Cushion foundation from Maybelline. So I like that one a lot. And the other two, since it's been summertime, that I've been using are these. First, the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream Anti-Aging Hydrating Serum SPF 50. It's too much. This is a pretty famous product. It is, I wouldn't call it full coverage. I find it's more of like a medium. I used to really hate this product, but I kind of forced myself to use it because it was pretty pricey, and now I love it. I think it's a good color match for me, and I like that it has a mineral sunscreen in it, which is pretty hard to find. The thing I really hated about it at first is the smell. It has like a faux lemon smell that just does not come across great. And I'm in the shade Fair in that one. And this one I just bought last week. This is a new, a new Maybelline. It's called Dream Urban Cover Full Coverage Protective Makeup Sunscreen. It's basically their version of the IT Cosmetics product. SPF 50 is definitely the highest SPF I've ever seen in a drugstore foundation, so that's pretty dope. It's a little dark for me, but otherwise I really like the way it goes on, so I might just use this because it's newer. Here we go. This is a chemical sunscreen, though, that's in it. I'm just squeezing a little bit onto my fingy. And I start by just smoothing it around all over my face. Because this has like a good SPF in it, it's not really for spot correcting. Like, I think it's best to kind of get it everywhere. You can see it kind of just disappears, covers up the redness that I have through my cheeks. And I like it. Taking a Real Techniques sponge just to lightly go over that. See? Very light coverage. It's a little bit dewy, but not greasy. This has also been like a really quick makeup, so I've been, doing it mornings that I'm working, which is very handy. So I kind of just go on autopilot and don't have to think about, not that I don't like thinking about different makeups that I might use that day and creating looks and colors. It's very enjoyable for me. It's very time consuming. So my chin and my cheeks are always the main coverage points for me. Although I have a little bit of freckling and stuff across my forehead, it has the least amount of discoloration. So that's usually where I put the product last, and I use the least amount of product. I don't love putting a lot of coverage or product on my nose, but because of the sunscreen aspect of this, I am gonna cover my schnoz there. Pretty natural. She's natural. I really want to make sure it's super well blended around my neck and hairline because it is a teensy bit dark for me. This is the shade 112 Natural Ivory. I mean, they even make the packaging look similar. Don't you think that's funny when companies are very obviously ripping each other off? Maybe not that funny. Okay, concealer. So this was one of the purchases from the Czech Republic. I used this in my last Scully tutorial. Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. I love these. I'm almost out of them. I hope that Revolution gets to Canada already. Maybe they'll come when Ulta comes. Who can say? Now, I first heard about this as a dupe for Tarte. Where is she? Shape Tape? I don't really agree with that. Like, the packaging's a little similar. It has this nice big doe foot applicator, but this is way more soft and moisturizing and rich and not nearly as much coverage. Still a decent amount of coverage. You can see there, it just kind of brightened me up. But yeah, I think it's really nice. I'm going to set it with powder to make it last a little bit longer. So, like, if you have a really oily under eye, this might not be the one for you. So I'm going to put some here. Even though I don't pluck my eyebrows, I always get red right there. So yeah, I think this is great for a dry skin. I think it looks natural, and when you set it, it lasts pretty well. It's nothing in terms of Shape Tape's, like, opacity and long wearing. I do like to do this same look using Shape Tape. The two shades I have are Fair Beige and Light Sand, and I find that I have to mix them together to get my shade. So for days when I'm working, I will use just the littlest bit of this with my fingers as concealer. I really hated this product, again, when I first got it, because I was applying it the way everyone on YouTube was applying it, just like huge amounts, and it just like, it always looked horrible, it never lasted. And then I just like ding, 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 really lightly with my fingers, blend it in, and now I like it. And so I'm gonna end up using it all and hopefully get a bit of my money's worth. So yeah, two options for concealer, depending on your skin tone, skin type, where you're living, what's your budget. These were very affordable. I've liked every Makeup Revolution product I've tried so far over the years, whenever I'm not in Canada, and they're always very affordable. Eyebrows will be quick and dirty. It's my same old Uemura Hard Formula Pencil, Hard 9. Yeah. I've done this a bunch already in videos, but if you're new here we go. Now, I have recently colored my hair, so I could use Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Caramel. That's more of like the reddish tone. But I didn't decide to put my hair color through my brows this time, so I'm just going to match my brows rather than my head color. So for me, I'm really just drawing on a tail and then building the brow out from there, filling in big gaps, keeping them light. I wore this to work this weekend, and I had a lady tell me that my eyebrows were absolutely perfect, which is so nice. I need a mow. It's about 32 degrees right now here in Tirana. Ugh. Okay. Where were we? I'm gonna curl my lashes while I think of it. Alright, I'm gonna go on to my cheeks and get back on this milk makeup movement. Milk makeup movement. I wanted to show you, I also have a newer set of minis. This is what the new packaging looks like. My original ones are like, the labels are all rubbed off. They're old and grungy, but still going strong. I love them. I've liked most of the products I've tried from Milk, not all. I have had to return some. But these like mini stick formation products are so good. And they last a long time, and I've found it more economical to buy these minis in the sets that are available on Sephora. I don't know if you've seen the full sizes. I don't know if I have one. Hold on. I have a full size of one of their skincare products here. Whoops. It's empty, but you'll be able to see the difference in sizes. Like, it's much taller and much rounder. So you get a ton of product. I always want to be able to try multiple things rather than just buying one big full size. Basically, I'm greedy. And my two favorite products I'll use, which are the cream blush and the cream highlighter. I'm going to start with blush. So the two shades I have are Perk and Work. So Perk is the one that came in my first mini set, and it's like a coral color. And then Work is more of a mauvey rose. That's what that looks like. Matches my nails. But I'm going to use the other one because it's more summary of my findings. There it is. I'm going to go straight in on my face because I've warmed it up a bit on my hand first. Here we go. And I just like get it on there. These can also be used on your lips, but I don't love them on my lips. I love them on my cheeks. I used to be so scared of cream blush for this exact moment where I was like, this is insane. How do you wear this? And I found that the best way for me to do it is to tap it in with my fingers and not even look at myself while I'm doing it. Because otherwise I'll overthink it and worry about the placement of it and, you know, how things are going. So I'm not even going to look. Just going to move it around my face. So the majority of the product is on the apples of my cheeks, but I work it back towards my hairline. And it's very light. I might actually put a bit more on. And you can't see as well on camera, but it is shiny, which I like. Like, it starts your highlighter process off early. Start with the blush. There you go. Yeah, see? Yeah. And I'm going to use, or I have been using in this look, the Fenty Beauty one. Again, I'm warming it up on my hand a little bit and then going for it. Oof. It looks like a ton of product, but these really blend out kind of to nothing. I'm going to use my sponge for this. So I'm pulling it towards my mouth and up as I'm blending out. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, un momento per favore. We're back. Autofocus. So that's all in there. I'm gonna powder now before I do my highlighter. Yeah, because I might want to get pretty close to my eyes. So, powder. When I originally started wearing this concealer, I was like, okay, it's pretty creamy, I'm gonna need to set it. And I was traveling, and so just had my trusty CoverGirl Clean Sensitive Skin Press Powder, which is the one I carry in my purse for touch-ups or what have you. And so would just go in and set with this. And I don't know why I don't do that more often. I think because it's always in my purse. So when I'm at my table doing my makeup, I don't reach for it, but it is really good. I've used it since I was in high school. I'm the shade 205 Ivory. But I'm going to use a loose powder to set it. This is the Clarins Mineral Loose Powder. But I'm just taking a Real Techniques Bold Metals 300 brush, swirling it around in the container, tapping off the excess, and just kind of pressing around my eyes, the whole eye area where I've got that concealer, and my nose. There's no concealer on my nose, but it will get shiny through the day, so I'm setting it. Taking a little bit more through the forehead. I like that forehead shine, and I don't like that forehead shine, you know? So sometimes I just want it out of there. I'm also gonna lightly set my chin, put my tongue underneath like this. And then that's it. This has like a nice smoothing effect, this powder. Let's do some highlighter. This is the Milk Cosmetics highlighter in Lit. It's lit. Here's what it looks like. It looks almost bronzy, or like it looks a little dark, but I think it gives the nicest like wet look to the skin. So I just take my finger and run it back and forth like this, and then go in right around here, making that C shape. Isn't that nice? Pardon the snack attack. Oh, it's a mukbang. I'm not doing any eyeshadow. There's just no time. I didn't have a lot of products with me. So I'm going to do kind of my go-to look, which is a little bit of black liquid eyeliner. I always try to do it as thin and close to the lash line as possible. We'll see if that happens today. You know how it is. Some days it's like, and sometimes it's just like a, oh, I just, you know, this is just how my lashes look. So my three that I have been using most recently is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. This has been around for a while, and I bought it a long time ago and almost found it too long lasting. Like, I just couldn't get the stuff off. But in the summer heat, when I like don't want to have any fall down here, this is what I've been using. The Hall of Fame one, though, for me is the Pretty Easy Liquid Eyeliner Pen by Clinique. Sam Chapman got me onto this. It's so thin and like just glides on. So nice. But it's not as long lasting and does tend to transfer. And then I have this one that I got in Japan. It's called Love Liner Liquid. And it's good too. I often combine the Stila with this one. I get the Stila like right in the lash line and then use this to perfect the shape. So let's start like that and see where we get. So I'm starting in the center and laying the brush parallel to my lash line. Don't even think about going this way. You want to just lay it there and give it like the smallest bit of a wiggle to almost stamp. You see that? The line. I'm going to come pretty close in on the inner corner. Okay, so I'm there. And then I try to work backwards from the outside to just join up the line. And I'm going to stop there for now. Do the other side and then finesse it a bit. You see the difference though? Right eye to left eye. Okay, I'm going to use the Clinique one to smooth out the edges a little bit. Because it just glides on. Nice. Okay. Now I'm gonna kind of look straight ahead and decide if we're gonna wing it. Should we wing it? Let's wing it. Well, let's see if we can match it on this side. So basically what I did, once this was all how I like it, I drew out my wing with my eyes relaxed and then came back towards to connect and fill the gaps. Making sense? I hope so. Okay, I'm gonna put some brow gel on before I forget. I often forget because I like to do it near the end. This is the L'Oreal Paris Brow Stylist Plumper in the shade light to medium. I got this at the L'Oreal warehouse sale. Has anyone ever been to that? It was weird. But I really like this product. And if I had seen it in the stores regularly, I would have bought it sooner. It's a little warmer than my cool brows, so it brings my brows a little bit closer to my red hair without looking super red and matchy. Fluffs them up a bit, you know? Okay, mascara. This Waterproof Lash Sensational Mascara from Maybelline is not friggin' messing around. I really like this mascara. It's in the shade Black Pearl, and it does have like a bit of a shine and iridescence to it. But most importantly for me, it makes the lashes really long and thick and noticeable. I'm not going to wear it though because it's later in the day now here. I'm not going to a full day of work, and so I want to be able to wash it off a bit more easily. So I'm going to use this MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash instead. This mascara is really known for, of course, being worn on the bottom lashes because it does last long and it has this nice skinny brush. It is great on the top lashes too. It's not really a thickening mascara though, but it does make them pretty nice and long. God, mascara is just the best. Don't you think? Look at that eye. Look at that eye. Look at that eye. Like, that's a look on its own right there. Who am I? But we're gonna do a whole bunch to my lips. I'm just recalling that I actually, other than the shade match, I really like this compared to the It Cosmetics one. Mostly because the texture is a lot lighter and thinner, and it just like spreads. This one is quite thick, and you really need to like work it into your skin. This one I think was almost 50 or more dollars, about 50 Canadian dollars. This guy was $13.50. So there you go. So the lip I started off wearing with this look also came from the Czech Republic. And this is kind of upsetting to me, but I found the L'Oreal Balmain L'Oreal Balmain Paris lipsticks on clearance in a drugstore there in the Czech Republic in the small town of Hilava. And they were only $5 each. And I was like, great, I've been wanting to try these. And they quickly became my favorite lipsticks. So the shades I got were Domination, which is this great kind of true red color. And Domination and Confession, which is this peachy nude. They're both matte, and this nude especially made me realize that I like a kind of peachy, corally, not orange, but it's definitely not pink, nude color. I find like it's much different than my own natural lip color, but somehow like more natural or a little more interesting than like a brownish pink as a nude, pour moi. So yeah, so stoked on these. I ended up losing them or having them stolen. I'm not even sure which. So I replaced these by buying them on eBay. It was very expensive. Well, it wasn't very expensive, but compared to the $5 I paid for each of them, limited edition stuff sucks sometimes. Anyways, I love these lipsticks. I'm going to show you the peachy nude one and then show you a different lip because it's summertime. I don't know if I want to wear a full matte lipstick, but here we go. You see that kind of peach color? I have a Fenty Beauty lipstick, one of the Mademoiselles, in the shade Single, hi, which is very close to this, more orange, less pink, and more matte. It has kind of like a 60s vibe to it. And I really spread it all around, and it's very comfortable and easy to apply. I love it. I love it. Especially with this color and this, I feel like Peg Bundy. Okay, let me show you my other go-to. So this MAC Powder Kiss lipstick, this is the first time where like I've purchased a MAC product because of influencers, and I feel like this was their first big collab with them. And I was not disappointed. These lipsticks are a really great texture. They're very thin, smooth, and matte. Sometimes with matte lipsticks, they start to like get thick and build up. And I saw Terry Barber post using this shade, Stay Curious, and it was out of stock for months and months, but finally found it at the Bay, La Baie. So here it is. It's a really interesting color for me, I think. It's like a pinkish red. And I'm more of a red, kind of blue-red gal. It's nice. It's so subtle. It's like a For a long time, my go-to was just like a bright red deep lip. And then I started wearing more nudes, and I was like, oh, look at me, I'm natural. But this is kind of like a nude red. And now, finally, an old favorite, which has just been like slaying my summer. Hold on, let me grab it. Ladies and gentlemen, the original Revlon Balm Stains, which they just friggin' discontinued. Ugh, these are the best. They came out with these balm stains and they did like a matte balm and a shiny balm, but these balm stains, they're the balm. So they go on like a chapsticky feel, almost. They are minty, and they're shiny, they're pigmented, and yet, unlike other like shiny, balmy glosses, as they wear away, they stain your lips underneath. And so, like, ugh, they're just so great. I can even like just kind of dab these on. You can smear them on. I don't even have to really like look in a mirror to use them. I just love them. So they're pretty long lasting, especially for a shiny, balmy product. But like I said, they then stain your lips and just keep getting better as you reapply them. And I just smear it on. Ooh, yeah. She's looking pretty tangerine in the camera. But she is more of a true red. She's a romantic. And like, even for like a deep red color, I'm not worried about the shape being perfect because the texture's so great. I've commiserated with some other makeup lovers about how these are discontinued. I'm sure they're available on Amazon. I managed to pick one up last year at the CNE, the Canadian National Exhibition. And I heard that they were still available outside of Canada, so pick some up for me. Thanks. So there she is. Look how shiny and wet my skin looks. This is how I've been looking lately. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Bye.